a lot of times I'm talking about women, and today we get to talk about men, and I've got to keep my men happy in my household. That's my 21-year-old son and then my 55-year-old husband. And things aren't as easy as they used to be, right? So I want to first dive into what goes on in the male body after 40. And also in the year 2024, it might be even more drastic than it was even just 5 years ago. I mean, we know that women go through perimenopause and menopause, but there's a lot going on in the male body as well.
Yeah, that's maybe a loaded question, but I would say that the two main things that I run across with males over 40 is the visceral fat around their waist seems to increase, and testosterone has not. I'm not going to say plummeted, but has gone down, uh, and so those are two obviously just major, I don't know if you want to call them problems, but they can be. And so those are probably the two most common problems I run into. I think also maybe a third one is just the fact that maybe stress levels have gone up over the last few years. And so cortisol is obviously obviously chronic high cortisol is not great. So those are probably the three main things that, we focus on improving.
Well, and they're all related. Stress increases cortisol, which is going to shut down testosterone. It's going to shut down your thyroid hormone. It's going to cause that visceral fat to build because that visceral fat is a survival mechanism to protect those expensive organs, right? We can lose our arms and our legs, but we need to keep our heart and our kidneys and our liver really safe with this extra layer of fat. And we don't like it, but all of these things are intertwined. And the stress levels, it's what do we say, it's unbridled, it's out of control, and people don't know how to control it. And it doesn't matter what you eat, how much you work out, if that stress is out of control, the wheels will come off.
Yeah, and even I think, and I know you've talked about Jay Feldman a lot in your show, but he talks about like a stress bucket. Everything goes into that stress bucket. So it's not just the daily things that like are maybe bothering you or happening at work, but working out is a stressor, right? Jumping in a cold plunge is a stressor. Fasting can cause stress. So I think you just have to take them all and sort of decide what acute stressors can you have from time to time, I think are that are fine, and then which ones do you have to sort of try to decrease as much as possible with different tactics. Like, I don't know, I recently this morning went to yoga, and it's been a little while for me, and I was like, it is amazing just the balance it brings mentally, as far as just clarity and staying present and focusing on your breath, things that you can apply to other aspects of your life. And don't get me wrong, there's men that come to the course. I will say I've done yoga on and off for 20 years now, probably. And I have seen increasingly more males in classes. Sometimes it's 50-50. But so anyways, I think that this along with like resistance training is sort of a good yin and yang when it comes to, building muscle and then stress relief.